What's going on, boys and girls? JDK here. Endurance is live. It's been live for a few hours now. I love the mode. I think it's fantastic. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. Um, I've heard that a lot of people are having trouble getting the hang of it. I'm going to show off one run of mine in this episode to help you guys get started and give you guys a couple of tips and tricks on how to do well in this mode. I am now using my phone connected to the PC instead of an emulator on the PC, and it actually works pretty well. I like it. The problem is now I have to look down at my phone more often, so I apologize if I'm not always looking at the camera. But as you can see, I dropped down from Star Tier to Legendary Plus using this lineup right here. Got my Star Fan support and a Legendary Gap Control. Now I dropped down to Legendary Plus because my Star Tier deck, I had too many players out of position. That's my first tip for it. You want all your players in position so they get the 5% boost. Okay, it actually really helps in the long run. I'm also using like a 2.5-man band strategy. I would also recommend something like that, 3-man band, 4-man band. I wouldn't go with the full strength lineup unless they're all fully stacked Legendary Pros or even Star Pros, if you have them already. So that's the lineup I'm running with. I don't actually mind that I'm in Legendary tier now because I'm still going to get the Star card. I'm going to get that Pro Star John Scott. At least I hope I do, right? That's what I'm gunning for. So at the end of the grind, I'm still going to get a Star card, and a Star Pro at that. And I'm not going to be too unhappy with getting Legendary cards from the board, because I actually need to get more Legendary Pros per season so I can actually make it into a Star season. And that's really the most reliable way to get not only Legendary cards, but Star cards. You can't really always rely on the board. Let's look at the leaderboard real quick. I'm in the top 15, baby. This is the best I've done ever so far in an event. Endurance or Rivals Clash, whatever. Tofino at number 1. Let's move on down real quick. Don't want to spend too much time. And there I am, JDK NHL. And I'm beating Original 6. I'm beating Original 6. His best streak has been 101. You can't get 101, I'm telling you right now, without purchasing energy. There's nothing wrong with that. Do what you gotta do to get on top of the leaderboard. But my point is, there are so many people complaining that you can't do well in this event without buying the energy cards. Well, that's completely false. I've just proven to you guys that you can do this. You can place well in this event without buying energy. Alright, it can be done. And it's not as hard as you think. Let's keep going down the line. Look at that. Look at that name right there. Super Zamaga Barbecue. He's back. He's back into NHL. His best streak is 49, which is not that impressive if he's buying streaks, but hey, I'm above Super Zamaga Barbecue, guys. You can do this the free way. It can be done. You just got to be smart about it, and you got to use a lot of strategy. That's the difference between this mode and any other mode in NHL or even WWE SuperCard. You actually have to think about what you want to do. You have to plan out your actions. Alright? It's not just simple, oh, this card has the highest stat, might as well play that. That's not how this event works. You have to utilize the stats of your players, get the most miles out of them, and use your energy cards wisely. You can't just be wasting energy cards left and right. If you're using an energy card every single round, you're not doing it right. And in fact, if you use an energy card in the first 2 games, you're not doing it right. Let's jump in. I've tried to record this video numerous times. I've been having issues with data corruption and stuff, but hopefully this time it works. Going against Captain Canuck in the first round, and every time I get a goalie and a skater, throw him away. Get him out of there. I will almost never, ever energize Sergei Bobrovsky for any reason. Well, I shouldn't say any reason, but for the most part... Ooh, look at that. Justin Falk. Star. but I will never do it. Now for playmaking and skating, we're going to go ahead with our strongest card. Ooh, Alexander Steen star card? This guy's loaded. And once again, we're going to use Patrick Kane. I always assume that in this tier, every single one of my opponent's cards are Epic Pros. And Epic Pros, on average, have around 750 to 800 per stat. So that's my mindset going into each round. I have to beat 750 to 800 in each matchup. But, of course, I'm only trying to win 2 matchups. Or should I say, I'm only trying to win 2 periods. Never go into this event trying to win all 3 periods. You're wasting your time. You're going to be wasting energy. It's not, and you're going to not end up having as good a streak as you want. Alright? Only aim to win 2 periods. So I always throw Bobrovsky away. Now playmaking, I'm going to go ahead with Patrick Sharp. Now look at, even though Patrick Sharp is down some energy, he can still beat a single Epic Pro. And in fact, the next period, if he's one-on-one again, he'll still beat another Epic Pro, despite being down energy. We're going to go ahead and use Patrick Kane. And we take it. Still, no energy cards used. Remember, if you used energy cards in the first 2 games, you did something wrong. Now, every now and again, you might need to use an energy card in the 3rd game, but hopefully I don't need to do that. The only way I can get screwed here is if this is going to be a legendary pro that I'm up against. Not. Look at it. I just got 3 wins off of Patrick Kane without using a single energy card. Okay, I probably will need to use an energy card next round. Maybe, maybe not. But you catch my drift? The more games you can win with your players without using energy cards, that's the key to winning. Go ahead and throw Bobrovsky away, along with Ristolainen. And this is pretty good for me. I keep getting these one-on-one matchups. Now here, I could use Patrick Sharp, but I'm actually going to go with Doug Gilmour for a couple of reasons. One, more often than not, in this tier, that goalie is going to be the ultra-rare Corey Crawford, which Doug Gilmour beats every time. I could go the safe route and use Patrick Sharp. Another thing about getting long streaks, you have to take a risk here or there, right? So I'm going to go ahead and use Doug Gilmour. There's the ultra rare Corey Crawford that I thought would appear. Use my odds, probability, whatever you want to call it. So I just went 3 straight games, didn't use a single energy card. Now I have to use 2 skaters here. Let me look at it real quick. And I'm going to go with Patrick Sharp and Doug Gilmour. The reason why, Patrick Sharp still has over 1,300 focus, which is ridiculous. And Doug Gilmour has 600. Now, remember, I'm trying to beat 800 per stat. So 2 Epic Pros at 800 each, that's about 1,600. And if you add Doug Gilmour and Patrick Sharp together, that's 1,900. So I will use this support, though, just in case something awful happens. As you can see there, Zuccarello and Gilmour, they're almost at 800 each. But these 2 take it. And now, another key thing is, now that the 2v2 matchup has over and done with, all I'm going to have left is another 1v1 matchup and the goalie and skater matchup. Since I'm always throwing the goalie away, I know that my 1v1 matchup is going to be Patrick Kane. 842 should be good enough, and it is just enough. Well, more than just enough, but it did the trick. 4 straight games won without using a single energy card. Alright? Go back to focus. Once again, Patrick Sharp. He still has over 1,100 focus. That's going to beat an Epic Pro every single time. And it does. Getting good mileage out of Patrick Sharp. You have to take that risk. Now here, skating, I gotta choose 2 skaters. I'm going to energize Patrick Kane, use my support. Hopefully this gets me there. I think it did. Yes, it did. And I just used my very first energy card. And what is this, game 5? You have to figure out how can I go as long as possible without using an energy card. Right now, I got some pretty good matchups where I got a lot of 1v1 matchups. And I haven't seen a single legendary pro yet. But that's what you gotta do. Gonna go ahead and use Patrick Kane here because he has the 1,000 skating. Boom. Now here, I like Patrick Sharp one-on-one, but it's not going to be one-on-one. It's Patrick Sharp and Doug Gilmour, so we will go ahead and get Patrick Sharp some energy. And I could actually risk things here by going with one of the commons. And you know what? I am going to risk it. And hopefully that doesn't turn out to bite me. Nope. Boom. Now Doug Gilmour has saved up a little energy, but I'm not going to use him here because he's not going to win anyway. Well, he might have won it. Now Doug Gilmour regains +8 in energy per stat. Alright, goalie and skater. Forced throw Bob. Look at Bob Roski, down to 57. Been working him hard. Alright, the skating. We'll go ahead and use Patrick Sharp, just in case. And team up. I'm actually going to energize Doug Gilmour here. And the reason I'm going to energize Doug Gilmour is it's going to give me enough points to beat 2 Epic Pros, because Patrick Kane's at about 1,000. Doug Gilmour will have around 700, so that's 17 points, or 1,700 points. That should be enough to beat 2 Epic Pros. But for the next round, Patrick Kane should still have around 900 energy left, and 900 energy should still beat an Epic Pro 1v1. So I'm going to actually energize Doug Gilmour here. Might as well use one of my supports just in case. And yep, we beat 2 Epic Pros yet once again. And now Patrick Kane should have around 900 energy. Okay, he has around 800 energy, still good enough. Throw away Bob Roski and Ristolainen. Stick handling is 884, and 884 is pretty high. And it's good enough. Those are the little things you have to look for when you're trying to get mileage out of your players. And once again, I don't need to energize here because Patrick Kane's about 1250. 1250 plus 600 from Doug Gilmour. That's 1800. 1800 should be more than enough to beat 2 Epic Pros. We don't even face 2 Epic Pros. Okay, 8 games won. Right there. Simple as that. And we still have 9 energy cards left. Okay, focus and playmaking. We'll go with Patrick Sharp. Good to go. Stick handling and skating. Gonna go ahead now and energize Patrick Kane. We still have 8 energy cards left, and Doug Gilmour gets a rest. Okay, game 10. Go ahead and throw Bob Roski and Ristolainen away. Team up. Go ahead and use Gilmour and Kane. More than enough. In fact, Kane in a common would have done it, but I can't take that risk in the second game. And should I energize Patrick Kane? I think I will. Or Patrick Sharp. I will energize him. I could have gotten away with it, but he still have pretty good stats the next game regardless, so I don't mind using an energy card there. Just for skating, we'll go ahead and use Patrick Sharp, the supports, and I'm going to use Doug Gilmour without using an energy card. Beautiful. Patrick Kane has 895 skating. That should be good enough. It is. So hopefully you guys are starting to get the rhythm that I'm in here, the strategy that I use to really actually endure. Get it? Endure all these rounds. So focus and stick handling. Geesh. Well, let's just go with Patrick Sharp. Still over 1,000 Patrick Sharp. Attaboy. Stick handling, 884 for Patrick Kane. I'm going to go ahead and roll with it. Still good. You're really looking for those money 1v1 matchups. At least that's my strategy. There could be better tactics and better strategies to get streaks, but this is what's working for me. And, you know, I'm not going to fix something that isn't broken. Here, once I'm going to go ahead and energize Doug Gilmour. Doug Gilmour plus Patrick Sharp should be enough. Goalie and a skater. Take these 2 away. Could I get away with this? I probably could, but I'll be on the safe side. No, actually, I probably wouldn't have. Maybe if I used the support, I could have gotten away with it, but still have over 5 energy cards left, and we're going into round 14, so not too displeased. So yeah, let me know what the longest personal streak you guys have gotten. What works for you, what kind of deck you're using, what tier you're using. Obviously, I'm not a super big fan of dropping down tiers. This is interesting. I think I will just go with Patrick Sharp here. I didn't have to do that, obviously. Had I known, in hindsight, that I was going to face against the Ultra Rare, I wouldn't have done it, but we're still good. Go ahead and, let's go ahead and use Patrick Kane. Just in case. We gotta use Sharp and Gilmore anyway. So I actually find this mode quite fun. It's not mindless, you know, button mashing. You actually have to put some thought and effort into, you know, your decisions. Every now and again, you know, the game throws you a curveball, but that just keeps you on your toes, you know? Should I energize? Yeah, I'll energize Patrick Kane. And use Doug Gilmore. Yep, there are the two epic pros. I was thinking about whether I wanted to actually energize Gilmore or not. But in the long run, it's going to be better to energize Patrick Kane there. Alright, we're on a good streak. Now we'll actually energize Doug Gilmore here. Use Sharp and Gilmore. That's over 1,800 points. Throw the... Oh no, I screwed up. Well, I put myself in a bit of a pickle. Oh, I'm just gonna go for it. That was an unfortunate misclick. Oh, we get away with it. Oh my lord. I think we get away with it. Yes. Oh my, that's an unfortunate misclick. But I managed to fight through it. Skating. I'm gonna go with the support and Kane. Good. I only have 2 energy cards left. Focus 779. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for 779 focus. Just barely beat him by, I think, by like 40 points there. Oh, I beat Dylan Larkin, of all people. Gonna probably win the Calder. So that's 18 games won in a row. On to game 19. Throw these 2 junk cards away. 800 focus. Now here's the thing. I have to prepare for the fact that I might have... Now I gotta use 2 skaters here. I'm actually gonna energize Kane and pick him and Gilmore. And then I'll energize... I think I can get away with not energizing Patrick Sharp, but I'm just gonna go ahead and energize him. It would have been pretty close. A little too close for comfort, actually. So I'm happy with that. 19 games in a row, fellas. 19 games in a row. Playmaking, go ahead and pick Patrick Kane. This has been a bit fortunate that I haven't run into any legendary pros, really. I might have, and I just can't remember. But you need a little bit of luck to actually get a win streak past 15. Really past 10, honestly. So here we are on to game 21. Focus, gotta use old Patrick Sharp. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to get my legendary pros to beat at least 3 epics before I re-energize them. Playmaking, well, gotta go with Kane. Yay, and another win. And Doug Gilmore gets a rest. If I had a legendary pro center, I would definitely experiment with him in there. But I don't have a legendary pro center, and I don't want to put a legendary pro out of position like I mentioned earlier. Focus and skating. Go ahead and pick Patrick Sharp. And we can probably get at least one more good game out of Patrick Kane. I'm going to have to team him up with Gilmore. Nope. That's going to be the end of the run, I think. Yep. That's the end of this streak. But we got, what, 20 games? 21 games? Not a bad haul, honestly. Pretty good run. 21 game win streak. Simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. Over 165 endurance points. A total of over 1,700, and I'm in 13th place. I'm on pace to get in the top 25 for the first time. I think you can tell why I love this mode for multiple reasons. And how many? 43 picks. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go through all these 43 picks. I probably will hit the card limit. Who cares? I'm going to go through all 43 picks. Hopefully we get something good to cap this episode off with. Okay, there's one reset with Ryan Ellis. I just randomly picked stuff. I don't have enough time to go through and do a pattern or go through the same. Ooh, energy refill. I've never been so happy to see energy refills. Now, it is a bummer in this mode that you have to go through quick games, that you have to go back to quick games to refill energy if you're not buying them. And it also strains your season, because now you have to decide, do I want to use my energy for endurance, or do I want to use some of my energy for season? The good news for me is I'm going to win this season. I clearly have the best deck in this season, so I'm not too worried about energizing my guys. I'm not even worried about getting the first seed. As long as I get into the playoffs, I will win the season. I'll get 2 more legendary cards. So, definitely looking pretty good as far as the next 4 days go. Well, let's go into quick game. Get another energy card and finish up those picks. So yeah, I know there are a lot of people that don't seem to understand how the mode really works. What's the best way to go far in the mode? But trust me, once you figure it out, and once you find a deck that works for you, it'll be pretty simple, and you'll be racking up those win streaks, no problem. It took me a little while to figure it out. I was originally getting like 3, 4, 5 game win streaks until it finally clicked for me, and I understood exactly what I needed to do. Ooh, 27 cards. Alright, for this one, I'll do a little pattern. I'll go every other tile. Why not? So, I think... How many tiles are on a board? Like 20... Well, let's see. There's 5 times... How many tiles? I think we're going to get a guaranteed reset. Oh, another energy card. Alright. Us. Alright. Well, no one cares about... Coach resets. A Frolic, I think. More picks coming. Jimmy Hayes. Jared Bull, who I pull a million times. Ron Hainsey. Didn't get a great pull, but off the board. But hopefully I showed you guys exactly what goes into my thought process when I try to get these 20+ game win streaks. Ideally, you want to get at the bare minimum 10. If you have any questions at all, leave a comment down below. I'll try to get to them and answer them the best I can. Hope you boys and girls enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like or a comment down below. And I will most likely see you guys Sunday night for the Endurance wrap-up. I might actually stream the last few hours, now that I actually have a pretty good setup with my phone here. Let me guys know if you guys want to see that stream. I streamed a little earlier today, hanging out with a bunch of cool people. Super Zamaga Barbecue was streaming at the exact same time I was, so he was kind of encroaching on my turf a little bit, so to speak. But I have nothing but love for him. I always love his videos. So yeah, I'll see you guys again real soon. Let me know if you want to see me stream sometime this weekend, and I'll catch you all next time.